Hi guys, Dan Velasquez here. Welcome to the Heavens Declare video series that I'm doing for the book The Heavens Declare. Today we're going to show you probably one of the most important signs in all of the Bible. While there are many signs in the Bible, the date of Noah's flood is probably one of the most important for several reasons. One of the reasons is that it is an anchor date. If we can definitely say when the flood was, we can effectively go back in time and forward in time from that date and pretty much accurately nail all the dates in the Bible. And so that's what we've done today here. It's a very important date for many reasons. Also, people don't believe that the flood actually took place, but as I'm going to show you, the Bible is never wrong. And to the date, when the Bible says Noah entered the ark and when the flood started, we're going to see here that that the flood actually took place and was recorded in the heavens in a heavenly sign. So here we go. On 2344 negative astronomical date BC, on 2/7 we can see here Aquarius. Now Aquarius is the sign of the water bearer, and historically the myth has been that this sign is associated in many cultures with a flood story. So right off the bat here, this was the sign that I went to look for the flood, because of so many stories, Greek and Roman, and of course the Bible specifically talks about a worldwide flood. Now here we have Jupiter, and as you can see, Jupiter it's known as the king planet because it's the largest planet. But as you can see, it's always in wobbly retrograde motion. Anytime you see Jupiter and you light up its orbit, it's always wobbling. It's the biggest of the planets. It's a gas giant, and because of the spin and the size of it and its orbit, it constantly kind of wobbles on its axis, and so that's where you have this. Now this is also very important because the Bible says that God never sleeps nor slumbers and is always moving and is always vibrating and moving. So right here, if you go back to Genesis, specifically in Genesis 7, the Bible tells Noah to enter the ark on the 10th, the second month on the 10th. And as you can see here, as I go closer to the 10th, Jupiter starts to enter Aquarius. And right on the 10th, I'm actually going to take away some of these lines here so you can see it. Right on the 10th, over here, of the second month, it is actually touching right about to enter into Aquarius. Now as we continue the date, 7 days later, Jupiter is completely on the 17th inside Aquarius. Now this is important because God told Noah to enter the ark, and it took him 7 days pretty much to load all the animals and his family and everything he needed to get inside the ark. And on 2/17 the Bible tells us that the fountains of the deep were broken up. And God locked in Noah inside the ark. He closed the door himself, and as you can see, Jupiter is now completely in Aquarius. Now, the interesting thing about this, I'm not going to go day by day here, but as we scroll by the months, we can see that Jupiter continues to be inside Aquarius for pretty much that whole year. And it goes back and forth into retrograde motion here. As you can see, it went forward, and then it started to go backward. And so by the 8th month, it almost was back out, and then it makes a turnaround on the 9th month and starts heading out of the what do you call it, of the constellation. Now, as we get to closer and closer to the end of the month here, right at the top of the year, okay, at the end of the year, 1230, Jupiter and Venus actually come together. Now this is important because this is the Star of Bethlehem. Jupiter and Venus is the symbol that we see later, and we'll see in future signs. This is the actual Star of Bethlehem. This is signature Jesus Christ right here. Jupiter being the king, Venus is the symbol for love. And the king of love right here is exiting Aquarius. And right at the end of the year, right on the first of the month, Jupiter effectively leaves the sign of Aquarius. Real important because it says in Genesis 8, okay, that it came to pass, this is Genesis 8:13, it came to pass in the 600th year, in the first year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry. And so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the sign of Noah. Basically, Noah was in the ark for almost a full year while God was pouring out his wrath on the earth.